Take a look around and you'll find this wonder metal everywhere, from screen doors to jet planes. Aluminium has so many applications because it's light, strong, and corrosion and crack resistant. Producing aluminium may be costly, but it's worth it in the end. Aluminium is the world's most abundant metallic element, but it does not occur in a natural state. The main ingredient of aluminium is bauxite ore. The science of creating aluminium is simple. Atoms in bauxite are bonded to oxygen molecules. These bonds have to be broken by electrolysis to produce pure aluminium. Bauxite is carried by rail to a plant where it will be crushed. Then, through a chemical transformation called the Bayer process, alumina is extracted. This is then roasted to eliminate all moisture. This place is called the reduction facility. The plant has 432 pots in which a powerful electric current will be passed to produce electrolysis. An overhead crane dumps alumina into the pots. Then an electric current passes through it. It takes searing temperatures of 950 degrees centigrade to transform the alumina. But the electrodes which supply the electricity suffer in this heat. Each electrode has a lifespan of only 20 days. Spent electrodes are recovered from the pot with this overhead crane and carried off to be recycled. They clean the rods, which will then be reused. When the electrodes are replaced, the accumulated impurities that form as a crust have to be recovered from the top of the pots. This is done with pincers. Then a new electrode is inserted into the alumina and electrolysis continues. The electric current breaks the molecular bonds. The heavy aluminium collects at the bottom of the pot, while the oxygen is released as a gas which is drawn off and treated. The liquefied aluminium remains at the bottom of the pot. It has to be recovered in this huge crucible with a tube. A vacuum system draws the molten aluminium from the crucible. Air is vacuumed from the crucible by a flexible pipe held by an operator. The tube is finally withdrawn and the overhead crane dumps another quantity of alumina into the pot. On and on in a continual flow, the aluminium continues to be created. The crucibles filled with their molten load are transported to the casting house. Their contents are poured into holding furnaces, which have a capacity of 60 tons. Finally, casting begins. The aluminium is either vertically cast, producing ingots or sheets, or directly cast into molds for finishing later. The cooling of aluminium pieces is accelerated by water sprays. The large rectangular ingots, which can weigh up to 25 tons, will head for hot rolling, eventually leading to products such as aluminium foil. 5 tons of bauxite have produced 2 tons of alumina, which in turn produces 1 ton of aluminium. This particular plant produces 200,000 tons a year. It's metalwork on a giant scale and feeds the ever-ravenous world with aluminium.